Hello, hey, and dear gamers. This is ZEROGOkin Reviews, and I would like to reassure you to my commitment to quality. So no more silly jokes or edits. This will be a serious review channel from now on. So today we'll be looking at the McFarlane Toys Eredin Breacc Glas. Eredin is from the Witcher series, and this design specifically is from The Witcher 3, which is a game that I only just played last year. That's right, Dad, I'm a real gamer now. I didn't love it, but I did quite like it, especially the Blood and Wine expansion. Fine, I'll talk about Cyberpunk. Imagine fucking over your company and your workforce because you saw people really liking a game that your company made as a good reason to be incompetent. So your company didn't make The Witcher 3, your employees did, so show them some fucking respect. Anyway, speaking of PR disasters, wow, the Wild Hunt, they're so cool and mysterious. I'm looking forward to finding out what they are. Oh, they're elves. Fuck elves. I mean that figuratively because I have been conditioned to be elf racist by the media I consume. If Vermintide was about slaughtering elves, I'd be a very happy man. But I guess slaughtering furries is the next best thing. Also, you know, it's called Vermintide, so being about slaughtering elves wouldn't really make any fucking sense. Although it would undoubtedly be an improvement. However, I also mean fuck elves, literally, because I'm subscribed to the idea that elves are only good for looting. Thank you, hentai. It's a good thing that elves aren't real so I can say shit like this. Honestly, if they were real, I'd probably have more empathy towards them. Anyway, sculpt work here is actually really good and has a lot of little details. Paintwork is, well, considering this is a $20 figure, I guess it's acceptable. I do quite like Eredin's design, but surprisingly, despite how my favorite designs tend to involve muscles and skulls, somehow I like the designs of Immelrith and Cranberry more than Eredin's. It's probably because he's the least chunky of the three. However, I'm not really sure what's going on here, but this looks a bit more like shiny brown than silver. Well, I was going to say that, but in the game it actually isn't just silver, so it looks like this is game accurate, and it's the other figures that are wrong. I do still prefer the entirely silver look though, and I still think this looks a bit too brown. Articulation is fairly limited, which I presume is pretty standard for McFarlane figures, and I don't have much else to say. You've probably noticed by now that he's holding liqueur, because here's the thing. These McFarlane figures tend to not come with any hand options, which for the ones I already had I didn't really find to be an issue, but because they want to make him able to hold his sword in either hand, you're left leaving him with one of his hands just holding air, and it really fucking bothers me. So I'm just gonna have him hold this because fuck it. Also, being a video game villain must be pretty terrible, so I think it's fitting. I'm not gonna show you how to put the sword in his hand because I barely got in myself, but something I remember from playing the game is how the end of the main game is honestly a bit disappointing. But playing the entire game with a main antagonist who's wearing really sick armor that I knew I wouldn't get, and considering all the Wild Hunt swords you can loot, I was really looking forward to at least getting his fucking sword, and you probably know how that went. So Witcher 3, a terrible game, 0 out of 10. This sword is cool, by the way. You tab it in, and I guess it works. Also, yes, this isn't the stand for this figure, because packaging like this is sacrilege. Fuck you, Todd. Aqua, Mazinger, Gurren Lagann, Skull Knight. Overall, at $20, this is a pretty easy recommend. If that sounds unreasonable to you, maybe look at the prices of the other stuff I've reviewed on this channel to see where I'm coming from here. This was $20, by the way. So fuck elves, and that's about it. Here's the YouTube stuff, and I'll see y'all next time.